LAW Lawton Fort Sill, direct from the Easy Go Studios in downtown Lawton. Online at klaw.com. A taste of country station.
It's now time for the J&J Burke Home Show on K-Law 101. For the next 30 minutes, you'll hear information that will save you money around your house. With your hosts, Eric Sherem and Jay Burke.
And a pleasant good morning, Southwest Oklahoma. Did I wake up and find myself in April again? Is this spring? Is it now? I do know the leaves are turning. I got a neighbor's leaves that are all starting to come off the tree.
Your yard?
The temperature just isn't living up to it, though. And I'm just going to leave it alone, Jay, because they said, well, the average temperature around this time of the year, and I don't know why they do this, to depress me, I guess, is 75. I said, can we not get 75?
We're going to get 80, I think 86 degrees today.
You know that some places in the United States is having snow for the first time this year? You
watch the World Series and you see people with coats on and hats on and everything. I'm thinking,
that was in Chicago.
We're in shorts.
Yeah, I know. 86, though, today, huh?
I know, 86. It's supposed to be 86 today, and it's supposed to be warm again tomorrow and all next week in the 80s.
Yeah, but we've got some events going on this weekend. Open streets again today?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, and it's a great program. It's today from 10 to 2. It's on C Avenue. Between 2nd Street and 5th Street downtown. They block off the streets. It's a great thing. I'm a member of the Fit Kids Coalition, and so they help put that on. But they have obstacle courses, fitness stuff, bicycle, rodeos, just really cool stuff for the family. They have food trucks, just music. They have yoga. They have kids' crafts. I mean, it's not like you have to bring anything with you. It's just a great time. They have inflatables. Just an imagination playground, just a cool place for family and kids. And so they block off all the streets, make it a really cool event. They hold it at least once a year. But it's put on by the Fit Kids Coalition of Southwest Oklahoma and the city of Lawton. So go out there today and be a part of that from, like I say, 10 to 2. I saw them as we were coming here. The streets are already blocked off, and they're starting to people are starting to filter in with their booths. So go down there and have a great time this weekend.
And, this is for any of the reply that said, well, there's just nothing to do around here. And the weather's nice to do it, too.
I think we mentioned the thing that's going on every weekend.
Yeah, we have.
And it just seems like there's not a weekend that there's
something
not
for
something.
Someone.
Yeah. I mean, and so, get down there and then, so it's a good time. And I like it because anybody can go. It's ADA accessible. You can, there's all those things that can happen. And like I say, they have live music and other stuff down there. So it's been a really, really nice event, and they've been holding it for a while now. But the whole idea is to get people out of their houses, get people to park those cars, get out, walk, get out. And what a wonderful, wonderful day at 86 degrees it's going to be. And right now it's in the 70s, so it's beautiful this morning. And get out there and enjoy it from 10 to 2.
I mean, we're getting close. This is like close out of October. Halloween's on Monday, and we're in November, and they're talking maybe 90s next week.
I was telling my daughter, I said, don't you remember when we used to have to bundle up like crazy for Halloween?
And the high school football game. Oh, and she's, she's the same age as my oldest, and they graduated together. I remember I was telling people that we had Halloweens here 3-4 years in a row that it rained. It just rained. It was just, I felt so bad for the kids because it was a quick trick-or-treating. It was like, okay, let's get the neighborhood and we'll give you the rest of our
let's go to the mall.
Right. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
We used to do that. Yeah. So, the weather's weird, and we never know, though. It could snow next month. So,
well, that's true. No, that's what I didn't want, is go from summer to winter and without a fall. But, well, it is what it is. But it's been nice. And with that, our heating air exchange has been kind of different. Tell you what, I've been still trying to get into that. Can I just have it where I don't have anything? I don't have my heat. I don't have my air. My air is still kicking on, I noticed.
Yeah, you can't have that yet. I've had a lot of people even saying, my air is not working. Come fix my air.
Yeah, still working on those.
We don't usually have those at the end of October, but we'll definitely come out and still fix your air. We've seen a lot of people saying, I turned it off because in the 1 week there we had it was in the 70s, and then it was mid 70s, and all of a sudden it pops back up in the 80s, and so. But you shouldn't have to worry about that. You shouldn't have to worry about, is it going to come on or is it going to not come on or whatever. So that's what we're here for.
Well, and before we start talking about staying up on top of that, as far as rebate money, PSO, Centerpoint, still in effect as of right now?
Still in effect, still using Tulsa money. So we love using Tulsa money.
Living on Tulsa time.
That's right. Only in Lawton, Oklahoma, we can use it. So, but we're really proud that we still have it. So, again, this year may be different than next year's program. They're thinking about making some changes. And this year they have given away, there's no limits on the amount of money you can get for ductwork and some other stuff. So don't wait. If it's me and I have an opportunity and I think this is something I'm thinking about doing, don't wait until next year's money. I mean, it may be half of what they've had before, because they may end up doing a different type of program. And we don't know from year to year how it'll come out. But most definitely, if you have an opportunity, now's the time. Let us save you $4,000 or $5,000 from PSO and a couple thousand from CenterPoint. It makes a huge difference.
And it's not just heat and air. It could be ductwork. It could be insulation. So just to have Jay come out and give you a free estimate, he'll be able to definitely tell you. Got a third-party tester. We've been using that word because then that someone says, yes, this is indeed what qualifies for the program. Oh, and then you got Lennox rebates too, don't you?
Yeah. We have Lennox rebates depending on the system that you purchase, and so those are instant rebates as well from us. And like I say, sometimes we've had people get $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 off the system. So it's been,
and that's instant.
Yeah, instant rebates. You don't wait.
That's not
used to
in
the old
mail,
days.
90
They had to
days.
fill out the paper, and then we'd have people calling us going,
Now my rebate
when
check
is my
come in
check
yet?
coming? You know,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I don't know. They don't. Now it's like
There
we
it is.
already took it off.
Yeah.
There's $4,000 off.
They make Jay wait.
Yeah, Jay's not eating, but everybody else
No,
is.
it's not.
Oh, he's on a diet.
Yeah.
But
That's for different reasons.
Actually, it's been the greatest thing that's happened in Southwest Oklahoma in a long time
Yes.
for heating and air. I don't mean that just because we're part of it and we're the partner of the year. I don't. That's not my point. It's been good for every homeowner that we've used it on, and I don't believe there's been. In the last 2 to 3 years, I've not sold a system that qualified for PSO that somebody didn't say, yes, we want the PSO.
Well, I think it's smart, and I'm not into this. I don't know the industry that well, but just with our conversations over the time, is that we never looked at certain things, and I think now we're looking at it and paying attention to it. So, and we're going to get to that, why it's properly a good time to maintenance, because maybe your insulation isn't, because who goes crawling up in their attic to find out whether something has collapsed and you're not getting the good air return, and you only know one room doesn't work. Instead of going beyond to say, well, I wonder why, we do this instant fix of, well, I'll just put a fan in that room.
Yeah.
Or a small little air conditioning unit in the window. That solves it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it kind of helps. That doesn't solve anything. Or I'll put a little space heater in that room because it's so cold. Now, if you're nodding your head yes, so that's me, then there's a better solution than that, because that's not how your house was designed. It wasn't designed to say, here's your whole heat and air for the house, and oh, by the way, you got to add an extra window unit in this room or a space heater in that room. Those days are gone, because those houses in the 60s and 70s, and I've done some real estate before and had my license for a little bit, I still do, but they had those little either in the wall death trap gas things that they've not allowed anymore. And we still have ours, the little electric heater in the bathroom, because they thought, well, it gets a little cold in there, and so they're going to nap it. But we can do better than that. And so I think that, and let's talk about that, now is the best time for you to consider a maintenance program, because you're transitioning out of one season, and you'll kind of know what to expect for this season, and you get someone like for Jay's company come and take a look at it.
Yeah, we call ours Comfort Club, and it's a members-only program. So once you're in, and you're part of the, you're one of our members, and you save money, which is always a great thing. But
now, how do we save money?
Well, number one is we have programs that'll save you. It depends on which program you sign up at, and people say, oh gosh, it's probably expensive. They start out at $12.95 a month. So, most people can handle $12.95 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what it does is it says you can save up to 50% on a repair. So if the repair is $1,000, you only pay $500 just because you're a member.
Wow.
And so you can, so this is not just on replacement. This is on repairs, or I need, my ductwork needs to be.
And we need repairs. Sometimes it's not a replacement.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just kind of getting going.
I mean, sometimes the unit's 7, 8, 9 years old, and you're thinking, I need a motor, and that motor's $750. All you do is you would pay half that, depending on the program you're in. And we think it's, you get that, and you get some special discounts. You get 15, the repairs, and then you get like at least $50 off accessories. And what we consider accessories are, maybe you want to upgrade your thermostat. Maybe you need an attic fan. Maybe there's things that you need inside your home. So you're going to get some discounts there. One of the other things too, that I think is pretty cool is is money off of duct cleaning. You automatically get the money off the duct cleaning, and so up to $100 off duct cleanings. And we do a lot of duct cleaning this time of year.
What's the importance of having just a duct cleaning? So why do I need to clean my ducts? No one's ever told me I need to do that before. And if that's you and you say, well, I've lived in this house for 15 years, and I can guarantee you that's me right now, I've never had my ducts cleaned. So what is that doing for me?
Well, over time, the inside of your air ducts, they can accumulate a wide variety of different kinds of contaminants. They can reduce the quality of your air. It can lower the efficiency of your heating and cooling system. If your ductwork is accessible, what I suggest is that you take a look into your ductwork. And most people can, you can actually look through your grills, and you see up in your ceiling your grills and your return air or cold air returns. But on average, Eric, they accumulate 2 pounds of dust a year. 2 pounds. That's a lot of dust. So it's amazing what's in there. And what you can't see are the allergens.
Hold on a second. I've lived in my house for about 20 years.
Yeah.
We're talking about 40 pounds.
Yeah, I guarantee you'll that we have these HEPA bags that it goes into.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll tell the homeowner, do you want to see it? Most of them say, nope, don't want to know. Don't want to know. But a lot of them will say,
just for curiosity.
Show me.
I'd like to see it.
And we take this big HEPA bag, and it'll hold about 12 pounds,
mm-hmm.
and it'll be level full out of one house. And it's hard to believe. It's got hair in it and all kinds of stuff. You're
mm-hmm.
thinking, you wouldn't imagine that would get into your ductwork. You just don't imagine that.
Well, it's sucking in. No, I do know that, because when you open that little door and it's on, I mean, it's trying to suck a lot of stuff through there.
It's trying, and people that have pets, the cats, dogs.
Yeah.
I have little chihuahuas, and their little bitty hairs, they seem like they're everywhere. And no matter, we vacuum, seem like every day, and it doesn't really matter. You're still going to have those hairs. So all that. But what you can't see is the allergens, the bacteria, the pet dander, other contaminants that get into your system. So we use a machine that it's called RotoBrush, which we make sure that your air duct is cleaned.
Now, one thing with that is that's something that your dad didn't even know, or even when you started, you never even thought about RotoBrushing or even cleaning out a duct.
No, that was like, oh, your duct's all right. You don't change your filter enough. Put in a different filter.
Right. Okay.
You must be buying the cheap filter. I remember my dad saying that.
Yeah.
You're buying the cheap filter. Throw that one away. And you start changing about every 15, 20 days.
You think about it, without a machine, who's going to be able to go inside the duct unless you replace the duct? So there was really no opportunity, because a machine didn't exist to get inside a duct without having dismantling it and taking it apart.
Yeah, and back in the day, people didn't change duct. Number one, it was very expensive because it was all metal and had to be wrapped, and there was so much stuff like that. Nowadays, it is not that expensive to get your ductwork replaced if that's what needs to be. But a lot of times it is just cleaning it. If your ductwork still, the wrap around is good, the insulation value is good, there's no reason to do that. We've been cleaning air ducts since 2000, so about 16 years now that we've been actually cleaning them. And they actually make the RotoBrush machine in Plano, Texas. And so I went up to Plano and went one of the very first classes when they started making them. And so we've got one that has a camera on the end that we can actually look through there and see if there's something in there. We also do dryer vents. That's another thing that people forget about. Your dryer vent needs to be cleaned out. It needs to be. It just gets full of lint,
mm-hmm.
and over time that will burn up your element inside your dryer,
mm-hmm.
and then you don't have a dryer, and then your wife's mad, or your daughter that has to do the laundry like mine, she's mad because the dryer doesn't work, Dad. And so you have to call somebody. They have to put an element on there, and it's not really the dryer. It's just a stopped up hose that leads out, and we can come in there and we run the same. Our RotoBrush will fit inside your dryer duct, or we can blow it out with CO2 and make sure that we get that thing cleaned out. But I've went to some dryer vents that I thought, I don't know how they didn't cause a house fire. There's just so much lint in there, and it gets, especially if you've got a gas dryer, they put off a lot of heat. But the good thing about gas dryers is they're very efficient, and CenterPoint will tell you that they dry clothes a lot faster. You don't have to use dryer sheets. I remember when the CenterPoint guy was here talking to us on the show about, you don't have to really use dryer sheets. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me, So it is a cool way to be able to take care of it. But air duct cleaning is really important. But getting a maintenance done at least twice a year. I mean, used to back in the day, Eric, we thought once a year was plenty. It was enough. Get your air checked out once a year. Heat'll be all right. Well, it just wasn't the right thing to do because we need to check carbon dioxide levels. We need to check temperatures. We need to check amperages on motors. We do all of that now. So we have maintenance guys that's exactly what they do. They're trained to check all the safeties, make sure that everything is up to par. And if it's not, they call me and say, Jay, this customer, and they'll tell the customer, hey, we get up in your attic. We look at your ductwork. We look at your insulation. We look at all that to say, your ductwork is, and people, they don't get in their attics. And I'm going to say this to everybody listening. Don't get in your attic. It's not a safe place to be. I mean, people fall down through attics every day. I've done it before myself, and it is not fun. And just don't do it. Just let us do that. Don't get up there. The boards are hard to find if you have insulation very deep at all. And sometimes those boards are cracked or broken. And so you don't want to go crashing down through and be sitting in your living room with your ceiling crashed in. And we see that sometimes.
Now, it's funny when Clark W. Griswold does it on Christmas Vacation, but that's about it. Luckily, he had a double bunk bed where he just had to stand there, but most of us don't have a bunk bed to let us fall on.
We won't get that lucky. We go all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
And so it's a dangerous thing, so don't get up there. But what happens is people over the years, Eric, they get up there and hey, I got to run a cable to this room, and I don't have cable in my son's bedroom, and I'm going to run cable over there. And a lot of the homeowners do it, or they have a friend do it, or a friend that says, I know how to do it. And they run them over there. And so as they crawl across through your metal duct, they lay on it. And so they squish it flat. And then they say later on, I'm not getting any air to that back room anymore. Well, no, they smashed it flat, or they've pulled it apart, or they've torn it loose. And so we go up there a lot and say, okay, your ductwork is in shambles. And ductwork that is probably put in, anything over 15 to 20 years, needs to be looked at, because the insulation value back, some of that wrap that we used back in the day, it starts to flake off, and you'll start to see the silver lining basically of it that kind of looks like the aluminum that starts to flake off. And when that's happening, then the vapor barrier is broken. And so anytime we have air conditioning on, we don't want to cause moisture and dripping and stuff in the attic that would cause you to have. I've gone to houses that had ceiling damage. They thought they had roof leaks.
Well, yeah.
No, it ain't a roof leak. You got a duct leak.
Yeah.
And it's leaking so bad. And I went to a house the other day that there was absolutely no insulation on this lady's home. Had 2 or 3 runs that goes to certain rooms that had not a drop of insulation. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, it is absolutely gone. Either they didn't put it on there when they first did it, but what she started noticing was it started having drips through the ceiling. And in a lot of older homes that had heat only at the time, and a lot of heat and air companies were guilty of this. Back in the day when they did heat only, because not everybody had air conditioning. You had a swamp cooler, or you had just one window unit if you were rich. You did not have air conditioning 30 years ago. A lot of people didn't have it. And so you start looking at okay, these guys would come out, and the heat and air companies would come out, and they would put a new heating and air system in, and they would use your existing ductwork. Well, that all sounds fine and dandy, because my ductwork's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, it wasn't wrapped for air conditioning. It's only wrapped with basically a paper barrier for heat only. And so I go to a lot of houses that I tell people, well, number one, it won't pass city code or any kind of national codes, or it's just not. It's going to leak. It's going to drip all over your ceiling and be horrible. And so we have to change that ductwork. But a lot of people are living with ductwork that was never intended for air conditioning. So that's the stuff we need to be checking. And obviously there's no charge for us to look at it for you and tell you how yours looks, or, if you're in good shape. And if you're a Comfort Club member, you never pay a service call. You never pay a service fee. Never, ever. I don't care if it's what time of day or night, you don't pay $1. You don't pay anything for service fees. So there's no diagnostic fees ever. None. And for us to come out and tell you what your problem is. And then we'll tell you, we do a thing called flat rate. So kind of like when you go to get your car fixed and they come out and they say it's, Mr. Jones, it's $85 to have that headlight replaced.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what it's going to cost you. It's not $85.42, or it's not, it took us an extra hour. It's $160. I like flat rate because you know up front this is what it's going to cost me, and my guys have to be trained well enough to be able to put it in that time frame, or I lose money. So, and I don't want that. And so basically flat rate is a great thing because you know exactly what you're going to pay. You know, back in the old days, we did time and material, and the material wasn't bad maybe, but maybe you had a guy that was slow, or he didn't really know what he was doing. And so you get, you know, they're going to get the money because, it took me 5 hours to put that motor in, you know, at $65 an hour. Well, all of a sudden you're thinking, wow, that's an expensive repair. And instead we come in, we tell you, hey, it's $350. This is how much it's going to cost. And then get discounts with being a Comfort Club member. And even if we come out for the very first time, you can sign up for a Comfort Club over the phone with us. You can call in and sign up, or you can sign up when one of our technicians comes out on the job site. And so they're going to show you how much you'll save instantly. And on everything you do from now on, you save. So we don't care if it's 4th of July, Christmas Day. It doesn't matter to us. We have somebody on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our phones are answered 24/7 by a live person. You're not going to get some recording that, hey, I'm going to call you back in an hour and hope you're going to come and, you know. No, we're going to answer right now, and we're going to get somebody scheduled to come out to your house right now.
That's good. All right. We're going to take a break and come back. And, of course, the J&J Burke Home Show. Give us your phone number and then an email address because you can contact you either way.
Yeah, 1-800-AIR-REPAIR. You can also go to JJBurkOct29, and we have an email that we have that's info@JJBurkOct29, and we get all your messages. You can schedule appointments online. Go to our website, check it out. It has a lot of really cool stuff on there that talks about things that a lot of people like. You know, most people don't know about air conditioning, so this is a cool way for them to figure out, you know, what we need to look at. They don't have to just call us. They can look through our website. It's very informative.
1-800-AIR-REPAIR or JJBurkAir.com. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Jay Burke from J&J Burke Heating and Air. At J&J Burke, we just combined the rebates from PSO and CenterPoint Energy to save you thousands on the most energy-efficient systems available. J&J Burke is a 2014 PSO Partner of the Year for the entire state of Oklahoma. We are the best at getting you the rebates. So call us at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or go to jjburk.com and learn how you could save thousands today. I'm Jay Burke, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
All right, the J&J Burke Home Show each and every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Get out Southwest Oklahoma and do something with this great weather that we've got this time of the year, which is very, very unseasonable. And yes, I'd like to have my light jacket on occasionally just to kind of feel like it's fall, but I know it's coming, so I'm not really too worried about it. One thing that I was kind of thinking about while you were talking about maintenance, and I said, so why, I was thinking, why is it that, not a big fan of maintenance? And I think maybe, and this is really a compliment to a lot of great systems out there, and I know you work with all of them, that we got to throw that out there too, that you're not just a Lennox guy. You
right.
can you can work on all of them. We've talked about that before. But, these systems have been so reliable. I mean, your stories have said, hey, man, some of these people are going on 30 years, and you say, I can't believe it that this still, and we get, and we use the sports term, lulled to sleep with that comfort. And then we're losing efficiency, for one, is because it's not doing what it was because it wasn't designed for that. And yes, it is working, but is it working well? And I love the fact that every time that you've gone out and done this, as you give a free estimate, you can say how they can save on a utility bill. I think that's where you can really look at the savings because, okay, my bill went up. And a lot of times we just blame that on the company. Well, darn it, the PSO or CenterPoint or the city of Lawton for the water. I mean, it is a bill, okay?
Right.
And no one likes a bill. And when it goes up, you just kind of have some pain. But we never go further with that. I said, well, is there a way that I can maybe cut that down? Well, okay, I turn my lights off. I make sure the water isn't running. I've already done all that. But then there's some stuff that maintenance can bring up that we don't even think about it because don't you think that because a lot of these systems have just been good, well, it's on, it's working, but it may not be working to the best of its ability.
Yeah, and at times, just like us, when we get older, we don't run at high efficiency like we used to.
Oh, you have to bring it back to us now.
Come back to reality here.
Okay.
But I know, we go to a lot of units that are 30 years old, and they've done their job. They're not efficient anymore, and they were probably not a great efficiency level as compared to what, nowadays we have 25 SEER efficient units. I mean, these things, we have 98% efficient furnaces. I mean,
That's unheard of back in the day.
Yeah, you just thought you were just happy you had heat. I mean, the number was so low. I remember when I first started, the SEER efficiency rating of the first unit I can remember was a 6. A 6. Now that was 20-something years ago, but that was a 6. Now the minimum you can get is a 14. So it just keeps, and things keep getting better. Technology's better. It runs better. Some people have talked about noise. My unit's the loudest when I'm out walking my neighborhood, I can hear it a block away, when it comes on, and the neighbor does too, I promise you. And, it's like, you hear all kinds of noises and it's hollering and screaming and the neighbor is sure thankful when you have that thing changed out and it no longer screams. But now there's a whisper quiet. You can walk by them. You don't even know they're on. One of the things that I think is kind of cool is Lennox has come out with a thing called the iComfort S30, which is a thermostat that I think is, it's the most advanced thermostat on the market. No doubt. It does all the thinking for you. And that's good when it comes to me. It does my thinking. It says it works on your smartphone and your GPS. Your heating and cooling system is adjusted automatically when you come and you go. So it knows when you're within a range of your home, when it needs to cool it back down or let it go up a couple of degrees.
That was my niece. When we went on vacation, we'd jack up our heat, and we'd have our niece come over and make sure we'd back down the air. So when we got there, it'd be good.
Yeah, it is the coolest. It is the coolest thing ever. I mean, it automatically updates. Has a 7-day weather forecast on the thermostat. So yeah, it has a big 7-inch color display screen. So it's not like you're having to squint your eyes to see this little number and you're wondering what the heck's going on. But it gives you performance reports about your air conditioner and your heater. Hey, there's a problem. That your heater's short cycling, your air conditioner's short cycling, your air conditioner ran a cycle for 2 hours straight. We need to have somebody check it out.
Well, now it's getting to be like a car. These smart cars are telling you, hey, it needs oil change. Your tire pressure's low. I mean, now it's talking to itself. The system is analyzing.
Well, this thing adjusts your circulation in your home of your air by the amount of pollen that is in your weather forecast for your area.
Okay.
So who would think? I mean, these things are so smart. I mean, it's just amazing.
Order pizza?
Hey, well, am I?
I'm just teasing.
I heard somebody, I'll tell you a quick story. I heard somebody one time, I said, one of the commercials we did early on when I started working with Lennox was, hey, you can have dinner on the air conditioner. And so it comes on and it shows the wife. She believes the husband wants to have dinner on the air conditioner. They just put this new Lennox system in that was so quiet and so efficient. So she goes out and she puts the tablecloth on and, she's having dinner on the air conditioner. And he gets home and he goes, honey, that's not exactly what I meant. What I meant was we're saving the money.
Saving the money.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's
literal.
Yeah, it's like she took it really literal. But the good thing about this is that, and it hasn't, and these things even have animated screensavers. They make it look where if you want it to look like a certain color of your wall. I mean, it's crazy. You can put family pictures on there.
Oh my!
It's crazy.
Well,
it's
once
crazy.
You said pictures, I said okay. Then
it's like a little computer, and
I understand.
It does its thing, and
we're in a different age now. I got it.
And some people will call me and say, in Southwest Oklahoma, do we need dehumidification? I had somebody the other day call me and ask me that. And the answer to that is no. Not usually. Not if you're vented correctly. Not if your attic's vented correctly. Your house is vented correctly. You don't need dehumidification. That's something you need in Florida or in Houston or, areas where they have high humidity. We don't usually have that here. Just because it rains and it goes up a little bit, we don't want it to stay at 60 or 70%. And if it is, you've got a problem with your unit, we need to come check. We've got an issue with fan, running too fast. We're not able to dissipate enough humidity and get it down the drain. But we need to come look at it twice a year. I know some people think that's a little bit of overkill. I don't think so. We believe, we take care of you and you can count on us.
I've heard that before.
Have you heard that?
I've heard that.
I thought maybe you would have. But
you know what? It's working so well because I mentioned your name the other day to someone says, hey, you can count on him.
That's right.
I wonder where you heard that from. Huh? Well, okay. Yeah. So it's important. Let's talk about, that you want to get set up for a maintenance, a free estimate. We're talking about rebates money. If you want Jay to come and give you a free estimate, he's available to do that, and he will do that in person. 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or JJBurkOct29. So just go online, and a lot of resources there. We talked about it, free information, how you can save around your home or get you scheduled up. But this is the most important time because we're transitioning out of one season into the other, and that makes for a great opportunity. So, Jay, I thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to come in on Saturday morning and do this each and every week and talk about what you got and how we can save around the home.
Yeah, we're going to get some more. We'll have more guests coming in. We've got some guests lined up, that people we've talked to that want to come in and talk about home stuff, home repair. So listen in. We'll be bringing new people in.
All right. We'll see you next week from 9 to 9:30, the J&J Burke Home Show each and every Saturday morning right here on KLaw 101.
Have a great weekend.
Hi, I'm Jay Burke from J&J Burke Heating and Air. At J&J Burke, we just combined the rebates from PSO and Centerpoint Energy to save you thousands on the most energy-efficient systems available. J&J Burke is a 2014 PSO Partner of the Year for the entire state of Oklahoma. We are the best at getting you the rebates. So call us at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or go to JJBurkOct29 and learn how you could save thousands today. I'm Jay Burke, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Join us this time every Saturday morning for the latest technologies and professional advice to help you save money around your house. This has been the J&J Burke Home Show.
I'm Jay Burke, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.